Waited long enough. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Ladies and lads, 32 characters. Some you're going to be seeing for the first time. Tekken 8. We're going to be getting into our character breakdowns. And we're starting off with an original new character to Tekken, the Coffee Queen from Peru, Azucena. Let's have a look at the trailer.
Reina del café.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New challenger.
¿Es hora de entrar? Aquí viene el espectáculo de Azucena.
Azucena.
Bebida número 1 en el mundo. Je te prouverai que le thé est supérieur. ¿Tienes café? ¡Necesitas más café! ¡El café es lo mejor!
Guys, as you see it, the Coffee Queen Azucena, the newest addition to Tekken 8, a character, you know, we said it earlier on, definitely go and watch Rukang's reaction to this. Like I said, it's so homely. He's our Peruvian over here. But Spag, I think it's time for you to take over.
Yeah, man, we're going to be getting into this breakdown. And joining me for the Azucena breakdown, we have from Marseille, Super Kuma. How you doing, my friend? Yo, welcome to London. It's good to have you here, Super Kuma. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Very happy to be a part of this. And yeah, I guess I'm going to show you Azucena.
Yes, you are. And Super Kuma, you know, you're one of our most decorated players in Europe. You know, how many tournaments? I don't even know how many. I don't think you know how many tournaments you won at this point, right?
I don't know.
Are you looking forward to Tekken 8, man?
Of course.
Yeah.
I can't wait. New chapter. Like, every time a new Tekken has come out, it's been like a major step in my life. And I can't wait to take this new leap.
Well, I can't wait to get into this breakdown. Should we jump right into it?
Let's go.
Sure.
So you got a lot of opportunity to play as Azucena, right? So, I mean, talk to us a little bit about what you feel about the character.
So, I really like the personality and the look of the character, but when I first saw the trailer, I was thinking, cool character, probably not for me.
Okay.
Right? But then I got to play her on the location tests here and there, because I've traveled a lot.
Right.
I got to play her in, was she in CNT?
CBT.
She was only in CBT.
Yeah.
So I played her in the CBT. And I thought, she's a lot more fun to me than I expected.
Right.
Like, still not going to be my main or whatever, but I think I'll pick her from time to time. She's definitely interesting, and yeah.
So talk to us a bit about her gameplay. What do you think? What's the aim when playing Azucena? What's kind of the thing you want to do, right?
You want to do running free too.
All right. So let's talk about some of the key. That puts us beautifully into the key moves, right? So running 3-2, right? That's I guess the one that everyone's been talking about. So talk to us a little bit about running 3-2. Show us.
So there, running 3-2, I was messing it up. I was looking at the wrong screen. I'm on pad as well, so I'm gonna mess up a little bit.
Don't worry about that.
That move is so good because it tracks quite well. When it's very hard to sidestep, and the thing is, if you do sidestep it, she just goes flying. So it's quite hard to get a punish sometimes. So sometimes you try to step it, the high clips you. So you got to sidestep and then duck, which is something not a lot of people are ready for, I would say.
Okay.
And it also gels on block, right?
And yeah, on block, it jails, so you
Yeah.
can't just duck the high. And it's just +5. Right?
Yeah, good
so
move.
kind of loops into itself. They made the instant while running moves a lot easier in Tekken 8. So it's going to be a mix-up between she just does it again, or she tries to do something that stops you. Because +5, she can just do her jabs. I believe you won't be able to step those.
Okay, so I mean, everyone knows. I mean, if that played the CBT, unless you were living under a rock, that move is really good. But I mean, what else is what else are you going to be using when you're playing with Azucena? Because you can't just use that move alone, right?
I mean, you could, but she has a lot more. She definitely has a lot more. So I like using a 1-1
Okay.
because it's safe, and on hit it transitions into a stance.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It's how plus is it? It's +8. Yeah.
+8.
Plus
Wow.
8
That
into the
is
stance.
very chunky, +8.
Yeah. So she goes into her stance, which is doing the dodges. But if you're +8, you probably want to go for an option. She has a fat hell sweep. You know.
Okay, show me.
Boom, boom into
Wow.
the stance. 32 damage, decent knockdown. You can run up and do some Oki, whatever. Nothing guaranteed, but running 3-2 on Oki is pretty decent. I'm going to talk about that move a lot.
Okay, what would be the mix-up then, you know, the mid option if you're going to stance, if, you know, you're looking out for the hell sweep?
So, heat engager.
Okay. Okay.
I don't believe you can interrupt that, because you jabbed me when I tried to do the hell sweep.
Yeah.
We could do that again. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
So even though it's +8, you can interrupt that.
Okay.
But I don't believe you can interrupt the heat engager.
Oh yeah, it didn't work. Yeah.
I'm already in heat, so it's not...
Give me start with the middle button and X.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Try to jab and okay, it's
Yeah.
frame trap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She also has a high that's plus on block, if you're not too sure.
Okay. Oh, that's plus.
It's +3 and it comes out in 13 frames, so it'll trade with another jab if you do that.
Oh, wow.
The stance is quite interesting. She has a lot of options,
Okay.
but it's mainly going to be hell sweep or heat engager, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, talking about the stances, when we just saw the trailer, right? And I think one thing that really struck me was that Azucena has these stances where she's just dodging stuff, you know? Like, I think that's quite unique to her, right? I mean,
Yeah.
talk to us a little bit about that. I mean, the dodging aspect of Azucena.
So I think she dodges highs and lows automatically, but you have to walk forward. Like if you do a high, she just dodges. I think in heat, it doesn't attack. The low attacks, okay?
The low attacks,
Okay.
yeah.
There you
Wow.
go. And if I go into heat, I'll just, that's not my buttons. There you go, I'll go into the stance. And also it dashes when you go into the stance and in heat. And yeah, just automatic attack. And that guarantees something, I believe. But yeah, it doesn't parry mids.
Doesn't parry mids, yeah.
And yeah, you get a free FF3, which is 41 damage, pretty decent.
That's pretty
There's a
nice.
few tricky transitions where people don't expect the stance.
Okay.
I think you can do it after down forward 1-4, just, I'll be right, I don't know the input.
Okay.
Is it free or forward free? Yeah, forward free also gets her into the stance. So if they want to press after it,
Yeah.
it's quite tricky. You don't expect it because there's also a follow-up. So it's like,
Okay.
do I mash to delay to see if she's going to do the follow-up? Like,
Yeah, so there's a mix-up right
Yeah.
there, right? It's mental frames. But
yeah,
let's-
and you can go in if they stay patient because there's an extension to that.
Right.
Go for the house sweep. do
Oh
whatever.
my god!
That
I was in Korea at the time of the beta, so I didn't really get to play Azucena like that. But looking at this now, you're kind of teaching me, right? And I'm seeing this, and I'm like, damn, the mix-up potential for the character is pretty sick, man. It's pretty cool.
She's good. She's definitely good.
But one thing that I like to talk about, though, to see how good a character is, punishment.
Yeah.
What's a punishment like, Super Kumar?
So a punishment, like I said, 10 frames, you get 1-1 into the free mix-up. There seems to be a lot of that in Tekken 8, like 10 frames into mix-up. But she also has a 1-2 that's just a straight-up wall splat, which is pretty good. I think you can also go into back turn if you want to use that as a different kind of mix-up.
Okay.
So two types of plus frames into mix-up on 10 frames, which is decent.
So 10 frame punishment is looking good. What
Yeah.
else you got?
That'd be, I think it's 4-2. Is it 4-1, 4-2? Yeah, 4-1. That's 12 frames into back turn.
12 frame punish. Right.
So maybe if the 1-2 doesn't have the best range, this will do it for you. That goes quite a bit further.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that
then from back turn, I guess she has like some
Yeah.
move that she can do.
So from back turn, she has this mid where you have to press on at the right moment to get the follow-up.
Okay.
There's this cool animation. I love it. It looks really good.
That adjust frame, right?
It's not a real just frame.
Oh, it's not a real
It's
just
like it's a
frame.
timing thing.
Okay, cool.
I think you can just smash it out. Yeah, you just mash it out.
Okay, fair enough. What's the annotation for
So
that?
that's back turn 2, and I think 1+2.
Okay, cool.
I'm just mashing the punch.
Okay, fair enough.
Coming out.
What he does is Super Kumar. That's what he does. He
I
mashes.
just mash button. I believe she has like a strong low. I'm trying to find the input for it.
Down-
Oh, she has this to beat down jabs, so she'll jump over the down jab.
Okay.
She can also just there's a way for her to like swing away
Right.
I can't lie, it's been a while since I played the CBT.
Okay.
Despite the accusations. It's been a while. So I don't really remember. She can sidestep from back turn like Ling as well.
Okay, okay.
It's also tied to an input. It's not just up and down. So
Right, okay.
don't remember the input, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But we can talk about some more interesting moves she has.
3, right?
Yeah, down back 3. Puts her in back turn is a +4 low. So pretty decent if you want to do the back turn stuff.
Okay.
Back turn jab also she can do. That's decent at the wall, down back 3. They try to interrupt, get the wall splat with that. It's okay. But for standing moves, I really like this move, it's homing. It's plus on block. Yeah, +2. Nothing on counter hit though.
Okay.
But it's just good range, plus frames.
It's quick as well. It's
Yeah, and it just knocks down on normal hit, so you get a good wall splat from that.
Right, okay.
And my favorite Azucena move.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that good, but it's so fun to use.
It's not running through too?
It's, I mean, apart from running 3-2.
Yeah, okay.
It's 1+2.
Okay.
This high crushes and it's a counter at launch, right? And so you, like at the start of the round, they jab too much, just 1+2. On hit, I can't do it.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah, wow, man.
Yeah, it just clean high crushes. It's like, it's not evasion, it's actual crushes.
It's a crush,
which
yeah.
are different things.
That is a really good move to check jab.
It's a high? It's a high?
It is a high.
High crushing high.
It's 15 frames, it's pretty good.
And it gives you a lot of plus frames. It looks like on normal hit, and on counter hit, it'll give you a full launch.
Yeah, just go for whatever combo. Like,
That is a very strong move.
I like it very much.
And
But it gets. I found that it gets kind of predictable sometimes.
Right.
Maybe it's just me overusing it. I'm not sure.
So in terms of punishment, moving on, you know, we've talked about a bit of what else does she have for punishment? Like in terms of launches, like, you know, we haven't talked about kind of
She just has straight down 4-2. It's one of the unsafe ones because it launches crouches.
How unsafe is it?
I think it's 13. That's the yes,
minus
13.
13, yeah.
Regular thing. Just you get a normal launch from it. Like, trying to do fancy combos, but
Oh, hey, fancy combo.
I'm not on hitbox, so.
Chris, let's see your pad combos, man. Oh, okay, okay.
It's just normally I get like one more hit in. So it's decent.
It's decent, man. So down 4-2 will be your main go-to. What about from while standing? What we got from
So
while
from
standing?
while standing, she also has a while standing too, -13, same thing. So she has a regular launcher. She has not just while standing 4, but while standing 4-1. So she gets a bit more damage for the 11 frames.
And plus frames as well, 6 plus.
And yeah, +6. Yeah, +6.
Yeah.
There's a follow-up if you want to mix it up, but I don't know who would press on hit after that.
Oh, we do that, bro. We're in Europe, man. We do that.
Yeah, but that's why I'm mentioning it. Like, we do that, but it's not natural strength.
It's not natural, okay.
Not natural.
Okay.
She has that's -20. I'm trying to remember. So she has this while standing 1. You wouldn't use it for punishment.
I see a lot of people use that because isn't it also do something in counter? Okay, yeah.
Oh, counter launch, and I think it has either high crushing frames or high evasion.
Evasion,
But
right?
it's not a punish.
Okay.
Also, she can do full crouch down 4-3. She can do ground. She can do duck and throw, 12 frames.
12 frames.
And it's unbreakable in this game. Into heat, so really good.
That is very, very strong.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah. So as a punish, that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
But I guess that brings me to full crash down 4-3 itself, which is a +3 low, and on counter hits, guarantees the throw.
That's really, really good, man.
Boom, into the throw. I think it does.
Let's see if we can do it on pad though, man. There we go. Hey,
There we go.
damage,
See,
man.
50 into heat, into running 3-2.
So I mean, what's the game plan? We talk about a little bit about punishment, a few pokes here and there. You know, I heard a lot about down forward 1-4 as well as like a jailing string. You know.
Yeah, like it doesn't look like much, but the fact that you can't duck it is very jarring. And there's 2 follow-ups to it.
Okay.
There's the high, which is a counter launch, I believe.
Okay, let's poke it and then mash. Oh,
Go
okay.
counter launch.
Yeah.
And if they try to duck it, there's this mid.
Right.
But the mid can be interrupted by them jabbing, which then becomes a case of if they jab, then you hit them with this.
Right. That's it. And then, yeah. So that's the mix-up, right?
That's the mix-up.
Yeah.
She can, like I said, she can go into the stance, but I'm trying to figure out how, and it's not coming to me.
But down forward 1-4 in general, it seems like a really good move. But the fact that it's a 13 frame mid down forward 1, and what's down forward 1? It's -3. It's not bad as a down forward on its own.
It's decent.
Yeah.
It's decent. The range is deceptively good. It's not amazing, but it looks a lot worse than it is. It's an okay down forward 1. And the fact that you have options, you can do the high. It's -7, but the follow-ups really make it tricky. So really, like that's one of the moves you're gonna use the most. I mean, also a 2-1, because we were talking about how jabs on are good for punishment, but like you're not really gonna do 1-1 because it's -9, and 1-2 itself is unsafe. So if you want to do a jab string, you go for 2-1, which is only -3, high mid, and there's a follow-up that's delayable.
Ooh, okay.
I don't think that does anything on camera.
Okay. But I mean, jab pokes seem to, you know, Bubsy, you're a guy that loves your jabs, your down for ones. I mean, you're looking at this now. What are you thinking about this?
I'm thinking definitely very, very strong. I like the mix-up heavy when she goes into stance. You know, this is one of the things I'm starting to learn a lot more. I haven't actually been playing stance characters, so it's actually something that I'm interested to get into in Tekken 8, seeing how I can actually mix up these stances. Maybe I will give Azucena a try.
Definitely, man. Yo, do we know how to make this character dance? You know, she's dancing all the time. What you got for us? You give us a little dance here with Azucena.
I think you just gotta leave it.
You just gotta leave it. So okay,
right,
let's leave
see.
it. Let's leave it. Wait. Can we sync it up though?
All right, one, two.
She's doing something.
Wait. Punch it, man. Stop. Okay. Well, let's sync. Yeah. Let's just wait. We're gonna wait and see if she does. Wait.
I mean, she has a fun
Don't press it.
idle stance. They're not doing the same thing. We're synced up, but they're not doing the same
They're not doing the same thing. Yeah. And they're not dancing either.
I'm actually starting to bob and weave a little bit myself.
There we go.
Hey!
Saturn, let's go.
It's like you should do that.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you do, you know, you got some... No, I'm joking, don't.
I'm gonna hurt myself, man. But Super Kumar, thank you very much, man. I mean, just a final word. Strength of the character. You know, effectiveness in tournament. What are you thinking?
I think she'll be very good. She's straightforward, yet has a lot of tricks in her bag. She can be played very safe or very risky, so you have those options. Like, I don't think she's like the top tier or anything like that, but she's definitely very viable. And if you're a fan of Azucena, you're not going to be disappointed.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, I guess the question that many people are going to ask at home, you know the question.
Go ahead.
With Super Kuma being your name and Kuma not yet being in Tekken 8, who knows if he's going to come back, who are you looking to play? Is Azucena one of those characters?
That's crazy. No one's ever asked me that.
I know. It was off the head.
So I'm not going to be playing Azucena in tournaments, but I think I'll pick her up from time to time. You know, I stream a lot, so
yeah.
I'm not going to play my main all the time. It would get pretty tiring otherwise. But I'm thinking of maining Lee right now.
Ooh,
So
interesting.
that's who I'm picking in the exhibition later as well.
Ah, you spoil it for the guys.
So I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to
He's confident. He's like, you can know what I'm
Alright.
not gonna win.
Damn.
Like, it's my whole career. Like, I've been asked for blind picks. Why would you blind pick against me? You know who I'm gonna pick.
I mean, it's not like it's in the name, you know.
Yeah. Well, Super Kumar, it was a pleasure to have you here, man. Thank you very much for deep diving a little bit into Azucena, and enjoy the rest of your stay here. Man.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that was Super Kuma there from France. We're talking about from France. The next character that we're going to be going into took the Tekken world by storm. It's going to be Victor. We're going to be taking you deep dive into Victor Chevalier. But before that, let's have a look at the trailer.
Les couchers de soleil sur la Seine me rappellent ce que je dois protéger. Je vais m'en charger.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New challenger.
Accepte ta défaite. Tu as perdu d'avance.
Victor Chevalier.
Il y a de l'amélioration, Raven. Échec et mat. Nous sommes les seuls à pouvoir contrôler l'équilibre des puissances de ce monde.
Oh là là, c'est magnifique, c'est bon, Bubsy.
I mean, if you weren't skanking at home to that OST, I don't know what you're doing. I have no idea.
Vincent Castle also doing the voice of that character was such a surprise. I remember I told you, I was with Tasty Steve in Thailand in a maid cafe, and then we were just like, do you know what? We need, like, this is crazy, man. But we saw the trailer, and I was with also Kokoma, we were like a lot of the Koreans, Moil, CBM, Ulsan, and everything stopped. We just looked at our phones and just started looking at this trailer. No one knew what was going on, like what they're getting so hype about. And man, it was just amazing. And definitely a character that I feel like Bubsy, that right now, the whole Tekken world wants to see. And I'll tell you what, who better to take us through that character than Mr. Go Sane from the UK, one of our best players in the world, Mr. Law himself. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I just want to preface by saying, if I sound really bad, I'm sorry. I've got like a sore throat. So hopefully we can get through this with ease.
Well, it's okay, man. You know, he's sick, but you know what else is sick? It's sick. Victor Chevalier, bruv. Talk to us a little bit about that, Ghost. I mean, you've had a little bit of a chance to play the character.
Yeah,
what
definitely.
Are you thinking, bruv?
So Victor Chevalier, also known as the Phantom Raven.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Distinguished gentleman himself. You can see he's got quite an impressive arsenal of at his disposal. Yeah, like he's got a whole dagger, or daggers rather. He's got a katana, this guy's got a pistol, this guy's got everything, man. He looks pretty dope. I think what I really like about him is that he's quite similar to what I really resonate with when I play a Tekken character. Good counter hit tools,
right?
Decent generic tools, and really annoying lows to deal with.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start off with just your kind of general overview on the character. What do you think about strength? I mean, this character strong?
So I feel like the character can excel if you have really good timing, if you really focus on timing, if you're able to get your good counter hits in, and you have really good reads. He's got really good moves that are very evasive,
right? And
they deal decent damage as well with the right timing, like I said.
Okay.
We can go over those key moves as well.
Yeah, we will.
So,
Wait, straight into the key moves.
Let's go into it. Yeah, like what you said that there's some moves you like. What are you liking, bro?
One move that I really like when I was playing this character, Victor, is 1+2. 1+2 is a mid 15 frame counter hit launcher, and it's got really huge pushback on block. So if you stop,
can you key charge and show us the counter?
Yeah, sure. Just 1 second. Let me just put the counter hit on.
Gotta do the buttons, of course. You gotta do the buttons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, we go.
Boom.
Okay,
And then
wow.
you get your combo there.
How fast is that 1+2?
15 frames.
Do it again.
Okay.
So 15 frame mid counter hit launcher. This is one move that I really like to use a lot. So like I said, when it comes to Victor, when you really focus on timing, you can really excel and you can, output decent amounts of damage in regards to that as well.
And it is safe on block and has a lot of pushback on block
Yeah,
as well,
like
right?
I said, so even if it's -8, with the amount of pushback that you have, you basically reset the neutral game.
Right.
So this is something that I really like about Victor in general.
Right.
Another move that I think is really good, that is quite, is okay, is average, is down 4. Down 4 is a counter hit throw. Although it is minus on hits, this is the one move that is consistent in tracking both ways.
Okay.
So you
can you jab and I'll start trying to.
Yeah, sure. So you can see this move, down 4 here. This is the main move that you're going to be using in general when you're just trying to get a quick poke in.
Right.
And it's really consistent in just trying to track the opponent.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the right timing, if you have a timing in, you get the hit throw as well, 30 damage.
And a lot of people like to sidestep into buttons, so I think that
definitely.
might get a counter hit quite often, considering it's tracking, right?
Definitely.
And it's just one of those annoying lows, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't give you plus frames, but it's like, stop doing that.
Yeah, that's just like I mentioned before, when it comes to annoying your opponent, you're going to be having these lows right here, and it's just like, well, this is minus on hit, you're just going to keep doing it, like, well, it's jarring.
Okay.
Another thing that I really like about Victor as well is his poke game. So although it's not as strong in comparison to other characters, you can see there are little moves here and there that kind of give you that reminder about Noctis and Kuni, etc. Okay. And one of them is Damak 1-1. Damak 1-1, you can see, is quite similar to Noctis Damak 1+2. This is a move that you can kind of throw out in the neutral. It's safe, it's a good check as well. 14 frame, mid check. It's just good to just throw out here and there. And it can also go into his one of his stances. Okay. A few more stances, but we'll go into the stances later.
Yeah, we will, yeah.
Another move that I like to use as well is back 4. So this is one move, although it's a high on counter hit, it guarantees forward 4-1.
Do it again.
That's a heat engager there. Obviously, we'll go to the heat engages later. So this is another move that I like to use as well. Like, as when it comes to Victor in general, I don't think his tracking is the best. But when it comes to homing moves, that homing move is quite strong in just trying to stop the opponent from moving as well as stopping them from pressing buttons, and you get a quick heat engager in as well.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Ling's homing move, Ling Xiao Yu, where
definitely.
you can very easily run into it, and on counter hit, you can confirm that you can get that nice string that you did. That's a lot of damage, man. So again, yeah, homing moves, very important, right, Bubsy?
Yeah, very important. And talking about important, why don't you talk us through his punishers? Like his standing punishers, why don't you give us a little overview? Let's start from 10.
So obviously his 10 frame punish is going to be 1-1-2. This is a +3 on hits, 10 frame launch, 20 frame punish with a 27 damage. I mean, it's pretty decent to be fair. And +3 leaves you at a good enough plus frames to where you can kind of check with his down forward 1-1, for example, stuff like that. I think it goes up to 12 frames next. His 12 frame is 3-1+2. 3-1+2 is a high 12 frame. 30 damage as well. It leaves you at +5 too. So again, you can frame trap with like down forward 2, for example. Going into his, I think he also has 2-2-2. So 2-2-2 is also a 12 frame punish, and it leaves you into his second stance, which is EI stance. Obviously, we'll get into the stances later again.
That's a 12 frame punish, a weapon move.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and you get the little shot as well to the, wow.
To the shot. So it looks pretty cool as well. That's probably the main punish that I'm going to be using because it just looks dope. So yeah.
Right. And for 13, right? We got
13, he's got down forward 1-1. Obviously, this is like just a normal punish. And he's also got 4-3.
Okay.
So 4-3, this is going to be your main punish in regards to 13 frame, +5, leaves you at +5 again, 32 damage. Pretty decent, to be fair.
Yeah, pretty decent. That's going to be your, I guess, since a lot of launches are usually -13, having this 4-3, bit chunky damage, 32 damage or something, that's not bad, right? That's as well.
When it comes to his 14, he's got, I think it's 4-4-1. 4-4-1 is his 14 frame punish, and there's your heat engager as well. So 4-4, you can see as well, it's got beefy damage, and it leaves you in a good situation to where he can just throw out his heat moves and such as well. So.
It looks like it's got good whip punishment range here. Can you just like, go back and see the range a little bit?
So if we...
Okay, maybe. Yeah, it's got decent range as a whip punisher, I guess.
He's also got 4-4-2. I think this is also natural as well.
So you can mix it up, right?
Yeah.
Bam, bam. Okay.
So 4-4-2 and 4-4-1. If you don't want to go into heat, then you have 4-4-2 to opt into. But yeah, I'd rather just spend the heat and go for the heat engages, to be honest.
Right. And now we can get into the fun stuff, right? We've gone from 10 frame, 12, 13, 14, now 15. So what have we got for 15, Gosei?
So we've got two different ones. We've got down forward 2. So his down forward 2 is a normal 15 frame launcher. This is going to lead into decent damage with him as well. This is like your sample combo.
Yeah.
He's also got up forward 4. So up forward 4, this one has got quite a significant amount of range as well. So if I go back for a little bit, so you can see it's got decent range.
Yeah, it kind of propels himself forward, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a hop kick, but did I see that it was launch punishable?
Yes, that was.
Yeah, it is launch punishable. So, and his down forward 2 is also -14, so it's not one that you're just going to be thrown out very often.
Right.
But when it comes to, I mean, it is a weapon as well. So, and his up forward 4 is actually a knee. So in regards to like parrying or reversals, you're not going to be able to parry this character at all. I don't think anyone's going to be thinking about parrying Victor or doing reversals on Victor.
Not when you have Noctis's old down back 1.
Yeah. Like mid checks like that, you're not going to be thinking about parrying or reversals. Right. But yeah.
And that's certainly a strength, right? Now, talking about other stuff, does he have anything else standing that we should be worried about?
I feel like with Victor, there's a few things that are going to be a bit jarring. Like I said, he's got very good evasiveness.
Right.
When it comes to his punishment as well, he does have punishes up to I-17.
Like back 3-1.
I just want to go, back 3-1. So back 3-1, this is going to be like your death fist punish. You can see the amount of range that it has. Like, look at the one kick there.
Dude, the range, back 3-1, I-17, guys, that is death fist. Just show us again, do back 3-1, let's see what it does.
So this is going to be your knockdown. This is a consistent punish against max range death fist.
Right.
And this is what you're going to be using as a long range whiff punish as well, I'm assuming too. You've also got upward 4 as well, that you could be doing in neutral as well.
Right.
But you could be using this as a safer and more consistent punish as well.
And long range punishes, I think he also has our 4-4-2, right?
Yeah, 4-4-2. So there's something really interesting that I want to go through later as well with 4-4-2.
Okay.
But with this move, obviously it is a I-19 when you dash in. So I-19 at its fastest, it is -16, however, it has got crazy pushback. So it's going to be quite hard. As you can see, it is another launcher as well.
Yeah.
So you can be getting decent damage out of that too.
Okay. Yeah, it's 4-4-2. So again, one of those moves that I'm sure when I'm playing against people and they're using it, they're going to be throwing that. They don't care. They're 4-4-2, bro. If any character has a 4-4-2, it's going to be used and abused.
Just bear with me 1 minute, sorry.
Yeah, so definitely, if you guys want to get involved, make sure to follow this Discord link down there. If you want to chat with us, chat with us. How are you feeling about these new characters? Spice Point down there, it's like down below, discord.gg/Red Bull UK. Get involved. That's what we want you guys to do today.
Yeah, and that's also where you're going to be giving the answers to these pictures that you're going to be seeing, right? Can you guys guess correctly and win those tickets to the launch party next week? But let's carry on with the Victor. Now we've talked about kind of his punishment from standing. What about while standing punishment?
So while standing, obviously I11, while standing 4.
Have a look. Okay. Gives you a decent amount of plus frame.
Yep.
You know?
When it comes to, his while standing punishment isn't really the best.
Okay.
From I11, you've just got that until up to, I think it's -15. From -15,
really?
then you've also got just while standing 1 hit.
Okay.
You've also got while standing 2 for I14.
Does it counter hit something?
So this is a counter hit launcher.
That's really like Raven, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you wouldn't be really using this as a punish. I guess you could, because it is +6, but I mean, while standing 4 is only 1 frame less.
It does the job.
Yeah.
Right, while standing 4 does the job. And that is, I guess you could say, a weakness for that character, that certain things, if they leave you in full crouch,
Definitely.
if they leave you in crouch and you want to punish, you kind of just got while standing 4 until they get the launch. And that's the kind of thing that was with Zafina as well. Zafina kind of similar in that sense, right?
I mean, you also have this as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention. While standing 1+2.
Okay.
While standing 1+2 is actually a 13 frame. So you got 11, then 13, then 15.
15, okay.
You're not going to really be using while standing 2 as a punish for I14. It's mainly just going to be while standing.
But while standing 2, is it safe?
While standing 2 is safe.
Man, safe counter hit launcher,
safe counter
14
hit
frames.
launcher, yeah.
Wow.
It's really like Raven.
It's like Raven, right, yeah.
I mean, they're both, part of the Raven units.
They have a special intro as well, right? We saw.
Yes, they do from the trailer, yeah. I was too busy dancing in the trailer, I forgot that bit.
Wow,
That's
that music
crazy,
is
man.
too sick. Wait.
Okay, but the while standing 1, you said, right? That looks like it's homing, right? If I
Yeah,
can't
while
say.
standing 1, it looks like it's homing as well, yeah?
Yeah.
It is launch punishable, however, so this is a move that you don't want to be throwing out too often.
It's like Kazuya's while standing 2, right?
Yeah, definitely. It is -16, but it does, you can get a decent combo out of it as well. And it has decent damage as well.
That's a big chunk.
Yeah, definitely. So that's going to be his while standing punishment there. Do we want to go into his heat engages or stuff?
Of course, yeah, let's go into it, man.
You need it.
So heat engages are going to be his main ones, and I think this is one of his key moves as well that you're going to be using.
Right.
It's down 2.
Down 2
is your I18. This is 0 on block as well. I18 heat engager. And when in heat as well, so if I go into heat, it does become a launcher if it connects.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
sorry.
so you can dash after, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
Whoa, whoa.
that was his heat smash. His heat smash looks still.
Down 2?
And then press forward, yeah.
So that does become a launcher there. He's also got, that's a move that you're going to be using quite often as well. This is going to be like, it's an I18, it's a quick mid to be fair, 0 on block as well, and it leaves you in a decent situation to where you can be just checking in with like down 4 and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, just a really annoying stuff that you can get hit by, right?
It looks like it does chip damage as well. Let me just see that. On block.
You want to do it, Hussein?
Yeah,
It does chip damage. That's a quick move for something that does. Normally, it's kind of the more heavier moves,
Yeah.
right? That do the chip damage. But here we got like this. Yeah, you're right, Hussein. This seems like it's going to be one of the key moves to use if you're playing Victor, right?
So like I said, when it comes to Victor as well, unfortunately, with one of his weaknesses being his while standing options, another weakness is also his tracking. So when it comes to down 2, you're going to be able to step that very easily. So this is something to be looking out for against Victor as well.
Okay.
Another move that also shows this and is a prime example of this is forward 1+2.
Okay.
Forward 1+2 is another heat engager that he has.
Look at the
A huge
damage.
chunk of damage that you
Hang
get.
on,
as
do
well.
that again.
My face
Do that. Do
eyes
that.
went-
Bro, what is that
Huge
damage?
chunk of damage. However, it is slow. One of the things that I've realized when playing Victor a little bit is that you have to be very committal with this character. Or
Right.
There has to be a lot of moves that you have to commit to. But what's interesting is that Victor also forces the opponent to commit to certain things as well.
Okay.
So let's say if you want to step this, or if you want to avoid this, you're forced to step in that situation.
Okay.
Other stuff is like his full crouch mix as well. You're forced to commit to certain things, certain options. But yeah, I feel like Victor is one of those characters where you have to commit
So it's high risk,
And
high reward. is what you're
Essentially,
saying.
yeah. He's not a character where you're just going to be throwing out plus frames all the time. He's a character where you kind of have to, if you have a read, then you have to go for it.
So we want to talk a little bit about the crushing abilities of this character too, because certain characters like the Mishimas have very good high moves, the electrics, and someone like Steve with the back one. Does he have any good high crush options?
Yeah, definitely. So one of them is Damak 3. So Damak 3 is a high crushing, I think it's a high as well. Yeah, high launcher.
Wow.
High counter hit launcher rather, and it does knock down as well on normal hit too.
So that would wall splat as well, would be a wall splat as well, right?
Essentially, yeah. When it comes to jab checking against this character, it's going to be quite difficult trying to jab check in general.
Let me try and jab check here right now. Oh, hang on. That is not the jab check. Okay.
Wow,
Hey.
that was clean.
And he also has up on plus 2 as well.
What?
So up on plus 2 is also another evasive move. Like I said, when it comes to Victor, if you have a good timing and you have a good read, then you'll be able to use certain moves in order to counter.
Yeah.
And like I said,
Risky though, right?
it is quite committal.
Right.
Like I previously mentioned, you have to commit to certain things. Up on plus 2 here is minus 20.
Minus
I didn't even look at
20.
the numbers. That is very,
Minus 20.
very...
And it leaves you a full crouch, so whilst only one would be the punish there, right? We're learning, ladies and lads, we're learning.
So like I said, when it comes to Victor, you have to be on point with your reads and you have to be really on point with your timing as well.
Okay.
We can finish off the... Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to show us some of his stances before we
Yeah,
finish
sure.
off?
I just want to finish off the heat engages first.
All right, sure.
There you go.
I think some of the heat engages are in the stances, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
So another heat engager comes from his perfumer stance. So as you know, with Kunimitsu in Tekken 7, she had something called set stance.
Right.
Victor has something similar. It's called, I forgot what it's called actually. I think perfumer stance. So you do it by the same impulse with Kunimitsu, forward 3.
Forward 3.
Forward 3.
Okay.
Forward 3 it allows you to go into quick options. So Perfumer 1 is going to be a minus 13 low that low crushes, or high crushes rather,
Yeah.
and it leaves you at plus 4. A good frame trap to use in that situation would be Perfumer 1 into while standing 2. So if
Yes.
they try to mash,
Wow.
14 frame counter hit launch, if they try to while standing 4, that'd be perfect to do.
Good low, And it can't be low parry because it's a weapon, right? Let me try low
Yeah, yeah.
parry. Oh, can't low
I mean,
parry.
can
It's a
I?
weapon. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Another move that is really interesting and is a heat engager of Victor as well is Perfumer 3. It's a knee, it's a heat engager, and it leaves you at a decent situation to where even on block, it's not, it's minus 8, but it's not as bad when you're trying to go for, like I said, it's a risk reward with this character. You have to be very committal. And it is, I don't think this is the Power Crush version, I think the other one is a Power Crush version, but this one, I think using this as a knee just to try and get in and start your offense is very strong.
Yeah. Can you loop the forward 3 like with?
Yeah. So what's quite interesting with this is you can actually go into full crouch from his perfumer stance.
Oh no, this is Kunimitsu, man. This is like Kunimitsu. That's sick.
So you can go into full crouch, and he does have a full crouch mix of full crouch Wasan and 1+2,
Okay.
and full crouch 1+2 as well, which is
That's a low
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like a wave dash. Can you wave dash like that?
Yeah. So
Do it.
you can keep canceling the stance. If I
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, nice.
It's sick. And it follows you as well. Look, it follows you.
You can kind of, this is a really good way of just mixing up your timing and just trying to stagger your offense.
Okay.
Just trying to use that full crouch mix to just start your offense and try to get in as quick as possible.
Right.
That's what, it's really interesting as well because with me personally, I like to change up my timing a lot.
A lot,
So
yeah.
having a stance like this to where I'm able to go into full crouch and then cancel, it's going to be really annoying to deal with.
Especially when you have a Wasanin 2, which is a
Definitely,
kind of
yeah.
launcher, right? But there is this move here, back one. Can you talk about that? Is that something that's going to
Yeah,
be useful?
so he has many moves that go into Perfumer stance. Perfumer stance is probably going to be the main stance that you're going to be using with this character.
Okay.
Mainly because it is less risky, less committal, and it allows you to just get in very easily.
Okay.
Certain moves, like you mentioned, back one goes into Perfumer. Down back 1-1 also goes into Perfumer stance.
God, yeah.
He's also got 2-2 that goes into Perfumer stance. If I can do it. But yeah, I think that also goes into Perfumer stance as well.
Okay.
But yeah, he does have plenty of options that allow you to go into Perfumer stance. I think it's 2-1. Yeah, 2-1, sorry. 2-1 that goes into Perfumer stance there.
And that's a very quick, how fast that's like 12 frames, right? So you can get
Well,
straight
like I
in.
said, you have to be very committal. This is a high and it doesn't gel. So you
doesn't
can't duck
gel.
this. So of course you have mid checks like Damak 1-1 that go into Perfumer stance, but if you just want an easy high, a quick high to get in, you have to be careful.
The one thing about this character, I guess similar to Noctis in a way, you're not going to be able to down jab, right?
Yeah, you don't have any down jabs. His down 1 is this, and he has down 1-1. That's his extension there.
Okay.
Obviously, like we mentioned before, or his lows aren't really the best. They're just really annoying to deal with.
Right.
Down 1-1 is no exception to that as well. Down
You
1-1
can't-
is just really annoying.
If you get hit by the first hit, you can't duck the second hit, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I also want to go into his second stance now, which is the EI stance.
EI.
So EI stance, you can just do it manually via 2+4. You could also do it via 2-2-2. And you can also do it as so he has a combo filler, which is down forward 4-2. This is also your another 13 frame punish that you can use.
Okay.
And it goes into EI stance as well.
What can you do from this stance? Is there anything good?
So EI stance, your main tornado, I think that's what they call it now, or tailspin, if you guys aren't aware, is 2. This is going to be your main tailspin to use in certain situations when you just want a quick tailspin.
Okay.
That looks like it picks up really low as well. Can you show that combo again? It looks like he was really close to the ground. So that looks like it's got a good pickup. Yeah.
Wow.
You can see that.
As a one-hit tailspin as well is a very good move, huh?
Another move that I really like, and is also a heat engager in this stance, is I think it was. I can't remember what it was now.
Wait, from the stance?
We can talk about that later anyway, that's perfectly fine,
Right.
no worries. Another move that I really like though, from his EI stance, is 4-2. This is a move that I've been using a lot, mainly because you don't need to commit to the 2. You can just do 4 and you can remain in the stance.
Okay.
And I just like that because it's going to be really, like we mentioned before multiple times, he's got really annoying lows.
And
so if
it's
you try and
plus.
punish it,
Okay, let me
you
try
get
punch
hit
it.
by that.
And it's
Power hit launches.
So, like I said, his lows aren't the best. They're really annoying.
Right.
But then it comes to a point where you kind of want to press something, and then you force the opponent to make a mistake. But then again, Victor, very committal. It's a high, so you have to be careful when doing stuff like this.
Of course, okay.
Another move that I also really like using in this stance is down 1+2. This move is very funny because although it is really punishable on block, I'm -29. It's just a move to throw the opponent off. You're not gonna be. It's quite fast, so you're not gonna be able to see this.
Step it. You can't even. Wow.
That's
okay.
got good tracking.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that goes on the.
So that is your option. Like I was just about to say, that is your option for if the opponent is trying to move against the stance.
Okay.
You got down 1+2 there to stop the opponent from.
And that
from
definitely
trying to
looks
move.
like it goes over under
Definitely.
highs. So
But yeah, I think that's the one other thing that I want to cover.
Right.
One of his key moves is up forward 1-1. This move I have been using a lot when I was playing just earlier on. Up forward 1-1, what it allows you to do, it allows you to cancel into EI stance. So this is probably going to be a main mid check that you're going to be using to go into the stance, and then it allows you to kind of start your offense, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's really interesting about this move though is up forward 1-1, you can just keep looping it because in the stance, you can also do up forward 1-1.
Wow, man, that is. I mean, when I look at stances, I really feel that when you look at stance, you have to look at the moves that put the character in stance, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of sometimes dictates how good the stance is itself, right? I mean, it looks like there's a lot of ways to get into these stances from
Yeah.
Victor, and that's a very good one.
This is definitely a very good one, and I've been using this quite often. And I feel like a lot of people would have the general consensus that this is probably going to be the main mid check with Victor in regards to just trying to start your offense. You have down back 1-1 to go into Perfumer, but you also have upward 1-1 as well.
Wow.
So these two are really good, and I really enjoy using them. It's really annoying.
Sick. Well, you've talked to us about both stances at this point. There's a couple of things that I wanted to say as well. I mean, there was the down 1+2 move. Is there
Yeah,
something that
down
we should be
1+2. I think this is safe as well. I just want to double check.
using? Yeah.
Yeah, this is safe. It's -9. So
on the
this
floor?
This kind of can be, yeah. So it also, if you're on the floor, it kind of flips them over as well. So this is a move to use for knockdowns in some situations, and I feel like this is a good move to use just throw out in neutral as well.
how's the tracking on that?
Jab.
Oh, it looks like it's got really good track.
Wow.
It looks like it does track. So that is definitely a really good mid-checking move to use.
And running 2 that I wanted to talk about as well.
Running 2, yeah. Running 2 is a +5 mid, and it's also a counter hit launcher if I remember correctly as well.
Sorry, I blocked it.
Yeah, counter hit, launcher, instant tornado, that I think is very strong to use as well in the neutral game. However, like I said, when it comes to tracking, even though we talked about down 1+2, it is quite slow. But in general, his tracking moves are slow, but the tracking in general with Victor, I don't think is that strong. So if you try and sidestep after my jab, I'm going to try and do running 2.
Okay. See.
So you can see the tracking isn't that strong with this character.
Yeah. Well, it tracks that way a little bit, right? But then you can sidewalk both ways, yeah.
So yeah.
And one more move that I want to talk about actually is, and people might recognize this move, down back 4.
Down back 4, yeah. I wanted to go into that as well. So down back 4 is similar to Lars as well, to where it's a counter hit launcher. I-20, so I don't think many people are going to be able to react to that, right?
Right.
And you get decent damage as well. So look at that. That's also a counter hit there, and then you go for a combo. It looks pretty cool. I love Victor's combos. Victor's combos look really cool.
Well, talk about combos. To talk to us, show us a little bit of combos,
definitely.
right?
Before I go into that, I just want to go into his heat mode options. So one of the moves that I really like when he's in heat mode is, this is a move that is exclusive to heat mode. That is down back 1+2. Down back 1+2, this move you're not gonna be able to use without heat.
Okay.
And that also transitions into his EI stance, to where you can use moves like this, down 1+2. This is a move I forgot to mention as well. So in heat mode, as you can see, it's really plus there. And without heat mode, it's only +1, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
With heat mode, this gets buffed to +8.
That is a lot of...
And it's a launcher as well, a normal hit launcher too. So this move, I feel like in heat, you're going to be using quite often.
that is chunky.
Other moves do get buffed as well. So stuff like up 1+2 gets buffed. So you can see the pushback on that after doing that. And these are some moves that you can use in heat mode that get really extended as well, and they get really buffed.
Okay.
When it comes to the combos now, we can go into combos quickly. So your main combo is probably going to be something along the lines of down forward 2, down forward 3-4, down forward 4-2 into the 2. So after down forward 4-2 goes into EI, you do the 2, and then 4-3-2. Or if you want to do something quick and easy, you can do something like down forward 2, down forward 4-2, 2, down forward 4-2 again, and then he's in EI stance, and then EI 1-2-2.
Wow, man.
It looks really cool as well.
That does look really cool, man. I mean, when you were talking about the notations, it seems very simple, but what you see on screen is actually amazing.
It looks really cool.
So give us just then your last thoughts on the character. I mean, you've gone so in depth, and thank you so much for doing that, because I've learned a lot. But I mean, Gosain, we know you're a top player. Tekken World Tour, done your thing. What do you think and what do you make of this character?
So I just want to say first, thank you for putting up with my bad voice.
No, we don't.
Going through this overview. But yeah, I think with Victor as a character, I think he can be strong, like I said, when it comes to if you have a good timing on your opponent, he can excel with his counter hits, evasion, and such. And he has consistent punishment. That is one thing I really like about this character, consistent punishment. However, one thing, or a few things rather, that I think are really lacking with this character is good lows, plus frames in the neutral. As you can see, when it comes to his lows, he has annoying lows, but they aren't really great. You're not going to be really get much output out of them. They are minus on hit, or they leave you in a bad situation, etc. Like I said, his tracking as well, he's really bad when it comes to sidewalking right. Most of his generic moves, like down forward 1, up forward 1, down back 1, all of these moves, all of these mid-checks can be easily sidewalked to the right. Okay. So his tracking really isn't the best in that regard. But like I said, and I'll keep mentioning as well, I'm a really timing heavy player. So I will continue playing this character. I will play this character. This character is really fun to me. And I think if you're capable and you're really consistent in getting those counter hits in, and you really have that counter hit timing playstyle, I think you would really love Victor.
Man, Gosain, what an in-depth look at Victor, man.
You can't hate Victor, man. This character is just suave. This character is pure suave, man. This character is too sick. I don't know, bro.
No, he is sick, man. But you know what? Thank you so much, Gosain, for doing that for us. Especially since, you're kind of feeling under the weather a little as well, but you smashed it, man.
I appreciate everyone tuning in, just watching, so that's so
good stuff. So, Bubsy, what do you make of that?
I mean, I definitely learned a lot. Definitely very interesting. Victor, you put it out there. It's a character that I may actually also try. I'm going to try all these characters. It doesn't even matter.
I think that he's going to be a popular character, man.
Yeah, but moving on now, we're going to look at the queen herself, the one that I think a lot of people are going to be excited to see. So let's cue up that Reina trailer and see what she's all about.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New challenger. Reina.
バイ。やっと戦えますね。少しは楽しめたぞ。次で。
貴様一体何者だ。
すぐに理解することになる。屈服するがいい。立場をわきまえろ。格が違うんだよ。
Alright, well, the trailer, man. I remember I was in Japan when I saw that trailer for the first time at Reina, like completely taking the Tekken world by storm, and I think that she is going to be probably the most like famous, like probably the most popular character when this game drops.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the mystery about Reina, like who she is, and you know, she's got a god fist. Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, I mean, look, we're gonna. You can see, you got to see, man. He's got the stick ready.
Yeah, people, when I got this stick, it's smoke.
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
It's on, bruv. It's on. So we're going to be showing you now a deep dive into Reina. I mean, there's a lot of mystery surrounding this character, right? But we're going to try to uncloud a bit of that mystery, especially when it comes to her gameplay. So let's get into it. Me and Bubsy on the thing right now. Here we go, Reina. So Bubsy, give us your overall kind of your overview on this character, what you're thinking.
Overview is definitely, I feel that she's going to be a very strong pressure character. You know, she has those stances. And I think when she gets up on her face and really starts, it's going to be very, very scary.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Okay, so I guess let's talk about her movement first, right? I mean, what do you think about her movement?
I mean, she's got really decent movement. Backdash is okay. Side walking, side stepping. I think it's decent.
But one thing that I really like is the wave dash. If you see the wave dash, and I'm not the best at the wave dash, right? But I mean, the wave dash, you can see that the electricity coming out of her feet, right?
Let me go a player 2.
got
I
P2.
have to sometimes be a player 2.
Yeah, you got a P2 Mishimas, right? You know what I'm saying?
You can see that. Look at the sparks from her feet.
And that just goes to show the effort that Bandai Namco has put in when it comes to just making the character look sick, right? But movement-wise, you're saying pretty good, right?
Decent, yeah.
Okay, now let's, I guess, go into the key moves. And there's one you already touched upon, Bubsy, the Electric Wind God Fist.
Yes, you know, it's a good old, whoa, when I get it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, there we go.
There you go. It's just it feels like a Heihachi electric where it hits kind of like deeper. And so you're not really going to get like the Kazuya. Well, we actually discovered something. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
But I mean, the Electric Wind God Fist is there. And that was a question that a lot of people had when we saw this character for the first time. Is she going to have that? Now, also, let's just kind of go over, a lot of comparisons have been made to Heihachi Mishima.
Yeah.
What else does Reina have, Bubsy, that kind of, you know, is a homage to that character?
Homage, definitely. So we got the down forward 1-2, which is the 13 frame punishment you can see here. Now it doesn't knock down like Heihachi's does, but this instead goes straight into heat.
Bam, bam.
Bam, bam.
And it does actually wall splat, which is good to know as well. It doesn't knock down and put you into heat, but even when it goes into heat, you will get a wall splat with down forward 1-2. So down forward 1-2 and down forward 1-1, right?
Yes, down forward 1-1, you got that as well. You know, the mid-high option. So it is, you know, something very reminiscent to Heihachi. You can duck the second hit. It's good pressure tool.
And I think that one thing that's really good as well is her 1-1, right? Her jab, just 1-1 -1.
Yeah, and I also think the jab, if you can see, it's got a good, she's kind of steps in. I think it's got decent range.
Yeah. I mean, jabs, when it comes to Mishima type characters, jabs are going to be very important. The fact that they're -1 is very important. We're kind of switched right now on our sides, but you can see that when I do this, it is on the right side, on block, and on hit +6, so not bad there, right?
Yeah, and she's even got the 1-1-2, the Mishima flash punch combo, you can see right there.
Right, yes. 1-1-2. And we'll go into that a little bit more when we talk about the punishment, but forward 4. I mean, Heihachi's forward 4 +2.
Yes, definitely. You know, not as much plus as Heihachi's one, but you know, the same kind of concept where it looks like it's got a little bit more range personally. But you see there, you know, +5. It is plus on block as well.
+2 on block, yeah.
Yeah.
+2 on block, pretty good. And the forward 4-3 now. This is, when I saw this move, I thought, oh no, is it going to check out a forward 4-3 launcher? Well, no, it doesn't launch, but it does knock down, and I think it might launch when you do the heat dash, right?
Yes, definitely.
There we go. So yeah, you do get a launch, but forward 4-3 again, that axe kick from the Mishimas borrowed, really good.
Yeah, if you want to talk about more Heihachi, we can kind of touch a little bit into the stance. She also does have the Hell Axel, as you can see right there. You know, it's from one of her stances, so it is locked behind that. But again, you know, paying homage to Heihachi Mishima.
Yeah, and then of course, we got to mention it, guys, right? The Hell Sweep. She has the double low Hell Sweep. On hit is +2. It isn't as plus as the Heihachi one is, right? But +2, you can do the double low, or you can do the high. So crouch dash 4-4 and crouch dash for 2, and you can see that it's actually the 2 is actually minus. It's -1. Boom, boom. So yeah, the Hell Sweeps again. It is something that you can sidewalk to the left too. It's like it's really just like
actually,
a Hell Sweep.
we can actually mention this. We'll touch on the stance a little bit later. But if you do the crouch dash 4-2, not even on counter hit, just normal. If you hold down, it actually transitions into stance,
and that makes it plus right there. It is the +6 if you go into stance. And we're going to be touching upon the stances very shortly, ladies and lads. But I mean, there is another move, Bubsy, the electric War God Kick.
You know, we was actually looking at that move's name in the list, and it was like something that we had to really drill into our head. Yes, electric War God Kick. So it's the same kind of annotations as electric, but this time you go for 3. So, you know, you can see right there, she has an electric kick. Now it isn't plus like an electric God Fist. It's actually -9, but as you just saw there, it actually counter hit launches.
Let's have a look.
So that's just the normal one. The normal one actually, if you do not get it, okay, we just show the counter hit, but actually the normal one is minus on block. So if you just block it, see -13.
Yeah. And if you do the electric version, was it -9? Okay, yeah, -9. And this is good because if you walk forward, Bubsy, and stay on the ground, then it's actually a move which hits grounded and flips you over, right? So this is one of the only moves, guys, that you're going to be able to kind of flip your opponent around with on the floor. If you notice your opponent staying on the floor, she also has this stomp down 4 into 1 for a ground hitting move. So she has options here, Bubsy.
Definitely has options. And a scary thing about it, as it is a counter hit launcher, if they want to wake up, press some buttons, press a kick, you know, it's very risky. Let's just say that. It is a very risky thing to do.
Defo. Now, let's talk a little bit about the lows now. We got the crouch dash 1, like this one here, the Omen, right? And she's got a couple of moves from there. Boom, boom. That's a high version, and then she got the -12 axe kick as well. So there's a bit of a mix up there too. So that's going to be like the last one we talk about when it comes to what similarities that she has with the Mishimas. But she has another move that's quite similar to a character in Tekken 7, and I think I'm not even going to tell you what character it is, Bubsy. I'm going to let you tell the people once I've done it. Homing 16 frame homing move there. Well, who does that look like?
Well, it's a bit of a Kazumi, right?
Kazumi, yeah. That's a Kazumi homing move there, guys. And if you walk forward, Bubsy, look at the pushback. It has a lot of pushback. So I think maybe, you know, it is +3, but the amount of pushback doesn't make it the best. I mean, you know, it's a lot of pushback. You can't really continue your offense all too much, but I mean, to have that move is still pretty good, right?
Definitely. Well, it feels like it's got quite a bit of range as well. Maybe not that much range, but I feel it's going to be a good mid homing check. It's quite fast, 16, relatively okay.
That's it. So I think a lot of you Kazumi guys will be quite happy with that one. And then we can talk about just quickly about her lows. And this is where we think that her weaknesses, you know, she might have not the best lows here, Bubsy. We see the Hell Sweep, she has that. But outside of that, she has the down back 2. So down back 2, if you block it, Bubsy, you see that it's on hit, it's -3. On block, it is -16. It's not like the best low, and also it does not high crush.
Yes, like I say, it does have the same kind of notations as Heihachi, but definitely not the same impact as Heihachi's down back too. So, you know, it's a risky low. You don't really get that much reward off of it.
Yeah, -3, and you know, it doesn't high crush as well, so it's something you've got to be careful about. Also, in terms of lows, you've got down back 4. Now, down back 4, again, is only -2. There is an extension just in case, if if you want to boom, 1+2. If you try to punish, you can mix it up, but on its own, down back 4 isn't great. If you walk forward, Bubsy, and get hit on the ground, and you see that and stay on the ground, you'll see that down back 4 actually flips you over as well.
Yeah.
It has this new property of these kind of lows which will flip you over. I'm not sure what you guys can do with that, but hopefully next week when you guys get your hands on the game, figure out what you can do with this move, man. Down back 4, it has some utility, I'm sure, but in terms of a lows, Bubsy, I mean, apart from that, we have sidestep 4,
yeah.
which on counter hit does give you some good plus frames. Did you do the sidestep 4? Boom, yeah, it gives you plus 13, right? But again, it's a good low. It's minus and gives you some, but again, lows not looking amazing, but she does have generic down 4, which we know in Tekken 8 has been nerfed now universally. They are now launch punishable. Yep. Do it, guys? There we go, you see minus 15. So yeah, that's one thing that we wanted to talk about. That's key moves though. We've talked about key moves. Let's now talk about her punishment.
Yeah, sure. So we're going to start off with the 10
frame.
frames. So you got 1-1-2, we said it before, the flash punch combo, and actually transitions into a sentai stance.
Yep.
We'll get into the sentai stance.
And you can also hold back if you walk forward, Bubsy. You can hold back to not go into the stance, and it becomes +2. But a lot more plus if you transition into the sentai stance, which gives you +11. So 1-1-2. What else do we got, Bubsy?
You got
Standing punishment.
1-2-2.
1-2-2.
1-2-2. And that's 10 frames, right?
That's 10 frames, yeah.
So you got the, I think it's 2-2-2 for 12.
2-2-1 for 12.
Oh, 2-2-1, sorry, yes.
This is all natural. Bam, bam, bam. That's a 12 frame punish. I mean, it does a lot of damage, and it also wall splats. And then on top of that, you have the 1+2, which is also a 12 frame punish that you can use against your opponent. So, I mean, you have multiple options for 12 frame.
That is very reminiscent of her, actually. It doesn't have the best range as well, so probably if you're going for something with range, probably the 2, but as you say, 1+2 is also an option there.
Bubsy, 12 frame mids, I mean, that's a good thing to have.
Definitely a good thing to have, definitely.
Now, 13 frame, we've got the down forward 1-2, which we showed earlier, bam, bam. That is your 13 frame that you're going to be punishing hop kicks with for the most part. What do you think about this one, Bubsy?
It is definitely, a heavy hitting move to go straight into heat engage, and put that additional pressure on. It's definitely, I think, going to be one of the, go-to key I-13 punishers, but she also does have the up forward 1 as well. Now, you don't get much damage from this, but you're giving up damage for the mix-up situation when she goes into Heaven's Wrath.
Yeah, Heaven's Wrath there with the up forward 1. So you can choose. She has a lot of options when it comes to punishment, right? And then for, let's say, 14 frame, Bubsy, I ain't got the skill like you, but when it comes to execution, but can we show the electric? There it is, man. The electric, you can, we're thinking because of her misstep, similar to Kazuya, that maybe you will be able to execute this at 13 frames. If maybe we're just guessing, but for sure 14, and that is a punishment if you're on point, and we know that you Mishima guys at home are going to be on it, right? 14 frame, pretty good there with the electric. That is a launch punish, but if you're not feeling confident with your electrics, she does have another punish there, Bubsy.
It's the down forward 2, yes. Right there. So if you want something easy mode, she does have the easy mode launches as well. Yep. It is minus on punishable on hit, on blocks, right?
Yeah, do it. Minus 12. Yeah, minus 12.
It is something that you easily get the party started with. Down forward 2, start your combos. Yeah. We'll show the combos properly later on.
Yeah, definitely. And then so down forward 2, and then she's also got a really funny looking hop kick as well. So we can talk about that one. It is minus 13. It's a 17 frame, which means you can also do it from crouch if you block a very heavy low. Boom. Oh no, I'm doing 1-4-4. Yeah, up forward 4 there, and it's an instant tailspin move. So yeah, again, looking like decent punishment. And now let's go into the Wasani punishment. I actually just showed you one of them, right? Similar to like most Mishimas, Wasani 4-4. It is minus 17 on block and minus 1 on hit.
Yeah, that was actually kind of one of the things that I was actually shocked at. Is actually minus 17. I thought that was quite punishable because normally the tsunami kicks are about minus 15 if I remember correctly.
Right. Yeah, so while standing at 4-4, pretty good punish there. What else we got, Bubsy?
You got the while standing 1-1 for I-13.
Yep, which goes into stance, right?
Yes, that definitely goes into sentai stance.
Yeah, and then, outside of that then, from the 15, we've got a very good 15 frame launcher, but it's not a conventional one. It is a full crouch move if you walk forward, Bubsy. Actually, I'll walk forward. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a big move there. Does a chunk of damage, and that is 15 frame. Full crouch, down forward 4. For your punish there, and you can get, I'm sure you guys are going to figure out some pretty nasty combos from that one. So you have that, and then of course you got the up forward 4 just in case you want to go for that for some reason. But there is another move, Bubsy, that we found that was pretty funny in full crouch, and it's a 14 frame punish.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this move, but we'll show it anyway. Yeah, it is this
While standing 3+4.
Standing 3+4.
Now it gives you plus 14, which means that sometimes down forward 1-4 is going to be guaranteed if you're in range, right?
Yeah, it's a really weird one. Like yesterday was getting it to hit kind of consistently.
Right.
As you can see there.
Yeah, it does give you guaranteed damage, but you have to be in the right range. That's the thing, right? So at the wall, it definitely works. Maybe in the open, as you can see, it gives it's too much pushback. But I mean, it could be a move that and it has a little bit, but she kind of moves back a little bit too, right?
It's a weird one. I don't know how useful this is going to be.
We're showing the people. This is a deep dive, Bubsy. We're here, Red Bull Gamers Fair in London. We're giving these guys the full story right now. But yeah, while standing 2+4, that is another thing. And then of course, while standing 2, which gives you also some good plus frames, huh?
Yeah, and actually I'll key charge for you on counter hit.
Yeah, and on counter you get plus 14, which could gives you a guaranteed thing. So if you key charge again, bam, 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 guaranteed damage. Yeah, cool. So down forward 1-2, very, very good. So then while standing 2. Now, we did use this while standing 2 quite a lot, and maybe some of you guys at home are like, oh no, Heihachi's while standing 2, such an evasive move, so good. It is evasive, but it's not as good, we think, as, not as evasive as the Heihachi one. But on counter hit, it does give you some good stuff. Maybe just a nerfed version of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So punishment, what do you think, Bubsy, in the end?
I think it's strong punishment, especially when you start to utilize her sentai stance. You see the while standing 1-1 gives you the sentai, says the 1-1-2 can also give you the sentai. And I feel that's going to be where this character is going to start shining when she's in your face with the mix-ups.
Yeah, I can't do Electro as well. So
you can do it. You got it inside.
I can do it, man. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about some of her other key moves, right? And I think that one of them, Bubsy, is going to be forward 2. I think this move is so good, and it transitioned into stance. So I think this moves us beautifully into talking about the stances. And first up, I want to talk about the Sentai stance. So Sentai stance is a stance that you execute with forward 3, and it has multiple options for it. So we're going to go through all the options right now. The first option that she has from this is Sentai 1-2, which is the Power Crush. And this is actually something that you're going to be able to use in combos. I feel like combo enders, Bubsy, this is something that was quite commonly used.
Yes, yes, definitely. She actually has the extension as well. So if you do Sentai 1 and do quarter circle forward 2, as you can see, there's a lot of display, the blue spots. And everyone likes a blue spot.
So quarter circle forward 2?
Yes, on the second hit. So you'll do the Sentai 1, quarter circle forward 2.
Jeez, look at that. Very good. It gives you that extra damage, of course. And then she has so the quickest move out of this stance is the 3, and it's a heat engager, right?
Yes, it is. And this is very, very reminiscent of Lydia. So if any of you guys played Lydia, I think it was cap foot stance 2 or 1. It's one of them. And she had like a kick move that was really keeping you in check. And if you press the button, you would get counter hit.
So a good example would be if you walk forward, Bubsy, and you try to press the button, 1-1-2 into 3, that is going to count it every single time, right? Forward 2 into 3 as well. It seems to be a good option, but it is a high you can duck and launch it. But talking about things that you can't duck and launch, we have Sentai 4, which is a plus 4 low crush, right? So if your opponent is down jabbing or something, this is something that you could definitely use. So I'll do forward 2 into the Sentai 4. Let's see if you down jab it. Maybe on block you can. Oh, you can't. Whoa.
Oh, it doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it. We thought this looks like a... We're learning ourselves here, lads. Go on, do the down jab again. But... no, on hit it doesn't. Okay, maybe it depends on the frames, but definitely some moves crush at later frames.
Yeah.
You can see that on block there, it did low crush, but sometimes I guess it won't. But it is still plus 4, Bubsy. That's something that you can put a lot of pressure on with, right?
Definitely, you can put the pressure on. And you see, moving on from the Sentai, you got the Sentai. Well, you done Sentai 3, didn't you?
Yeah, let's do 1+2 now.
Okay, Sentai 1+2. Now, this is an interesting move because it actually transitions into another move, Heaven's Wrath. Now, we figured out this actually has quite good tracking fast. Yeah.
So we found out that actually sidestep left is the way you want to go. If you do forward 2 into, like, let's say 1 or 2 or something for Bubsy, do forward 2 into Sentai 2. See, sidestep left, but now do 1+2. And you see that it does have, and it will give you a guaranteed hit as well. Now this is also a tail flip. It's a tail flip combo extender. So 1+2, we notice it does have good tracking. It's going to be difficult for you to deal with this stance, we feel like.
Yes.
But there is also a low, Bubsy, with a 3+4. Show us that low. 3+4?
3+4. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Hey. You've also got that throw as well, which is pretty good. Hey.
There we go.
Yeah, forward 2 into the 3+4. Oh, that is not too good. My button's out. There, and you see that it is actually it is plus, but it's launch punishable, heavily launch punishable. If you do the low, actually I'll do the low. There we go, and you see that it's -29, man. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, -29, but it is a low that you're going to want to. It's got a lot of evasion.
Yes.
And a couple of more moves we're going to talk about. Sentai stance, Sentai 2, which is a safe mid check. So
Yes.
it's -4, but on hit, you know, it's going to do some good damage, and it gives you that +8. So, I mean, this has a lot of things, as well as a throw which hits you down and may give you a guaranteed hit with the Sentai 1+3.
And just to mention, actually, the Sentai throw cannot be broken. It has to be ducked. Yeah.
So there is a lot of mix-up potential, ladies and lads, when it comes to the Sentai stance, and there are ways to get into it. As we mentioned, the most common way is probably going to be forward 4-2. Just like Lydia, as you mentioned, there's a lot of contrast to be made with Reina and Lydia, right? Forward 4-2 into Sentai, and you know, we're watching some people were like, well, this seems to be like a good move. That I feel like a lot of people are going to use the forward 4-2, and even on its own, it is safe, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about her Heaven's Wrath stance. Let's just go for that really quickly.
Let's go into the Heaven's Wrath stance very quickly then. Let's talk about Heaven's Wrath. So Heaven's Wrath is the other stance by doing down 1+2. And this one is interesting because you can actually transition into the Rave Dash, and it has a lot of good moves from it, right, Bubsy?
Yeah, definitely. So we can go with the one, and this is one of the most interesting ones. It has the one which is a tracking high move, and it also has a mid option out there. So if you try to, you know, if you block that one, you try to interrupt.
Yeah.
And what's even funkier about this stance is, once that is, you do the one homing move, you can actually hold forward to actually go back into Sentai.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we're looping stances now, ladies and lads. We're looping stances here. So definitely one to look out for. And then we got the safe heat engager with Sentai 1+ with Sentai 2, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, there we go, beautiful. Sentai 2 there, heat engager safe. We've got the Power Crush with Sentai 1+2. Again, it kind of looks like a 1+2 normally, but it's a Power Crush, pretty good move there. And you kind of touched upon it, the Hell Axle.
Yes, you can see it. It's just a 3-4. Now this move is scary, +6 on block. And the thing about this as well, you can actually loop it back into Heaven's Wrath.
Do it again. Do it again.
Say +8.
Do it again.
I'll do it again. I'll keep doing it. Look at the pushback as
Now
well.
you can sidestep it, as you can see there, but I mean, that is plus, and you can start mixing up the other options from it, right? Talk about the other options. Ladies and lads, this one kind of blew our mind a little bit. The political storm. Oh my God, Bubsy.
She really does. If you look here, is while standing 4, and look at the time you have to hit confirm it.
Yeah.
That is all
So much
guaranteed.
time. Yeah, all guaranteed. Such a good thing to, such a good move and string to that she can use. And on top of that, you know, after that stance, of course, we've got the Onsoku stance where, you know, she can get heat back when she's in heat, and it has evasion to it. There's, you know, in Heaven, when you have heat engaged, and if you try to hit me with the move now high, Bubsy, do something like, when I go, go. You see that it has an inbuilt parry, right? So, look, Reina is very, very deep. We could sit here all day, Bubsy, and talk about Reina, but unfortunately, we haven't got all day, and we hope that we're able to learn a little bit about Reina, and we will be back with some more character breakdowns of other characters.
Yes, we will.
But before that, we're going to be getting into the exhibitions. Ladies and lads, mums and dads, family, friends and felons, Tekken 7 has come to an end. It was a beautiful game, Bubsy. We traveled around the world. We saw people play and compete with their heart, you know. And now the new era is beginning. Tekken 8 is here, and we have some of the best players around the world ready to showcase their talent and show us what they're made of. To